Peace. This is Star with the Star Blooms. Um, I'm not sure if this live is actually gonna go through or not, y'all. I'm not sure if it will or not. If it does, y'all see it. I've been getting a lot of weird occurrences and encounters with energies, um, physically. Uh, a lot of people have been in a rate of misconception of their own doing, of their own making, just based off of assuming. Some people assume things, y'all, because I believe people assume things because they were already in that line of thinking. Event occurs, and then said event makes it easier for you to basically presume the same line of thinking that you were already intending upon. Um, I believe it's very reasonable to consider things, to process things. I believe that it's very exceptional to be, I believe it's humane, and to not take one sided stances against anything, to be able to actually envelop yourself in discovery and ask questions and form opinions based off of facts. I believe that that's how things could actually go. However, there's a lot of people who operate differently, but I don't allow that rate of people to be the representation for me and my experiences. Y'all are hearing me talk about a lot of things that I've went through, and it seems like it's all I talk about. The reason is because this time could be the first time that you're hearing me speak. If I am only willing to share my story one time to be able to help somebody, that could just be one person. You may not have seen my previous videos. I share what I'm called to share. These things I went through, a lot of people go through them. However, not everybody feels comfortable enough speaking about it, healing. Not everybody even feels like they have a right to heal. Some people feel like it's certain things that you'll never be able to heal from. What if that's your thought process and then there's somebody who knows something different? I believe at the rate that we're at, we have the opportunity to share what we know to be true. Healing is a real thing. Life, how you live, how you experience, how you are on a daily basis, it could be altered based off of your ability to show up for yourself. Somebody's trying to keep me from sharing this message. At any rate, y'all, I'm calm because I choose to be calm. I've been through a lot, okay? And a lot of people don't account for, yeah, it's almost like the boy who cried wolf, but it's a different aspect of it. You spend your life, going your whole life, crying, yelling, shouting, fighting. This happened to me. I went through this. Things aren't fair. You wanting, petitioning, needing people to hear you, wanting and desiring to be seen. And then you get to a rate and to a point to where you recognize, dang, all I had to do was see myself. My song. With eyes that look like stars. My baby listening to Mulan. It's my song, y'all. My bad. But and that's healing too. You have the opportunity to be who it is that you require. A lot of times we don't know that. A lot of times we feel like if it's not present in my environment, how do I know if I'm being the right thing that I actually require? You don't give yourself permission in being. It's a lot of stagnancy. You feel warped. You feel suffocated by your experiences. You even feel punished a lot of times, y'all, by your experiences, right? And yeah, I just heard somebody basically say, I don't see how my story becomes a lie to a lot of people because of my how I carry myself. I don't come off. There's no way that you could still be a good person and have been through the certain things that you done been through. Um, I believe that you are who you choose to be. You know, I decided in the processes that I took, the steps that I took, the path that I took in healing, I decided that I won't look at my experiences as punishment anymore. I made certain decisions based off of where I allowed certain energies to have egress. And I believe that when you're dealing with your internal energy, your internal world, you're dealing with the element of water. And because it's so much and it has such a large dominance in my body, I believe that there's a certain rate of reverence and like a, a it's honor and respect. I say this all the time, but I feel like it's important. We make judgment based off of our own conditioning, our own set up beliefs, but recognize that you only are at a certain rate within yourself based off of who it is that you know yourself to be and the environment and where it is that you come up from, what you decided to do with certain conditionings and cultural aspects and just regular this is who you was from the bud type of shit. Like if you recognize that you are in the midst of having the opportunity to shift the things that you don't like, you don't desire, you would like to require to occur differently for you, right? And you give yourself the opportunity by actually showing up at a different rate. I required me to be able to actually experience at a different rate too. That was me being calm. I spent a lot of time. This is like within the last couple of years, I've been healing. I ain't healed completely. You get what I'm saying? Yet, perception is everything. And because a lot of people chose to ignore me in spaces, a lot of people chose to be ignorant towards what I was going through. A lot of people chose to judge me instead of actually seeing me and being what they claim people are, right? Um, some people who choose to even sit in high chairs and high seats who actually know that they have influence and affect other people have chosen to be a part of campaigns to go against and try to tear down somebody that they could have helped and seen in a different light. It's only when you see yourself, it's only when you give purpose to your position, to your posture, to your even your potential, because potential ain't shit if you really ain't putting no participation in it. If you're not perpetual with how you show up with yourself, you could sacrifice and get the best shit to so many people, but they don't ever have to see it as value. It's a choice, right? So it's like, I don't care what y'all see today. Just because y'all see and perceive something today doesn't mean that y'all know I have the reality of represent what's been represented in this shit. Y'all don't know how hard I fought to be able to be at a rate of peace within my own body. You hear what I'm saying? They don't want us to know that we get to have this and how powerful it is. How powerful it is. I got this literally being out in the dirt. You hear me? Knowing that things would happen and I still had to experience shit just because. You know what I mean? I got this crying in people's faces, asking for help, and them looking at me like I was crazy. But I'm the number one people. I'm people's number one contact in case of emergency. You feel me? Like people could judge you all they want to, but what you give to yourself, how you show up for yourself, how you decide to show and be in your story, be in the truth that you are making by choosing and actually deciding and not being moved and pulled and usurped. Um, okay, you get to choose and you get to live according to the choices that you're making and know that it accounts for something because you were in the experience of that light. And people gonna say what they want to say, but who gives a fuck really? Let them say whatever they want to say. Show up for you and be the choice of what it is that you desire for yourself. Nobody has to. Your space doesn't even have to agree with you. But if you make a decision, your environment will alter and change according to what agreement and decision that you've made. Because the Most High is in agreement with you, Ashe.